Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe. Just had this little clip in at the beginning to show my aim isn't always a pile of shite, so spotted that little dude and a couple of shots and he was away. This match was about 13 minutes long. I've chopped out all the bits where either I ran around for ages doing nothing particularly useful or I was stupidly killed, which is usually my own case. The other reason I kept this bit in the beginning was I seem to get picked off quite quickly betting my next two deaths, despite my best efforts. I don't think people, and this is Hill 137 on the Vietnam Bad Company 2 expansion if you've never seen this map before. It's not my favourite one. I think I prefer Vantage Point and that Khaosan Temple personally. I get a hit marker there at the end and I didn't realise it when I was playing it last night, and then I turn around and I start getting smoked by these two guys here. Now I have to say, I get killed by the AK-47 really quickly in this game, and you'll see later on I get a couple of guys with the M16 quite easily. I think they're a bit too overpowered, to be honest, because in a couple of minutes I go toe to toe with an AK-47 with a gun that isn't an AK-47, and despite the distance I come off second best. So the reason I picked the sniper rifle up is because I was getting a bit cheesed off being picked off so easily with the AK-47s, so I decided to put a bit of distance involved, although as you'll see in a moment it was fairly pointless. The reason why I did that knife swipe just as I spawned in then is because I think my controller's a bit fucked basically. Every time I press L3, certainly as soon as I spawn in Bad Company 2, I can barely see these guys here. Yeah, I just missed this dude's elbow here, and then he sees me. And it's like a couple of shots off the AK on iron sights from down there. Anyway, that's the reason why I left that bit in. But yeah, the knife swipe thing, every time I press L3 now when I spawn in, I seem to jump in the air and take a knife swipe rather than actually running, but there you go, such is life. Going back to the PBR, I don't think people use it enough. On this particular map, it's the only vehicle at all, let alone vehicle with any sort of armament on it. I don't think people use it enough. So that's why I sat in it. I mean, there's the other two matches I recorded last night were on Operation Hastings. But all these were on Conquest, which I don't normally play, but what I've been doing recently is, instead of asking only to go into rush matches, I've been putting Conquest or rush just so I can get the biggest amount of players. This was only 5v5, but the two rounds before this, which I've recorded but were a lot longer, so it's going to take me a bit more time to cut down and then do the commentary on, they were 8v8 and they were a lot more fun to be involved in, but they were quite, like I say, the one that was the best one was 30 minutes long. So it's going to take me a while to it. I saw that dude coming down the parachute. I thought at first it was one of our guys, and I realised it wasn't. So there's my shitty aim. Got one hit marker on him, and somehow that dude manages to get my teammate before I polish him off with the overpowered M1911. This map is quite good on rush, especially when this expansion first came out. 12v12 on rush on this map was quite intense, but because up the hill there to the right there's quite a series of like trenches and stuff that were could be quite intense and quite a big firefight going on in there. We held this flag quite a lot, virtually the entire time, which I always think is a bit strange when it's the one nearest their home encampment. But see, we've lost Alpha. No, sorry, we've taken Alpha. I think he said we just lost Charlie. I always said we just lost one. But one thing I noticed, especially the North Vietnamese dudes, they were hiding quite well in it. I could struggle to pick them out, but then obviously I must have struggled to stand out because that dude missed me and only took a quick burst off my M16 there to kill him. There's a couple of nice little running routes on this that hide you quite well as well. I don't dislike this map particularly. I don't like Operation Hastings. I think it's a bit too big personally. I kept this bit in, not because I did particularly well, because as you'll see I was quite stupid in a minute. I just laughing at that guy's arm hanging out there. I thought it was quite amusing. His body didn't appear to be moving, but then his arm was, and then, wait for it, there we go, polished off by an AK-47 again. So the other reason I wanted to do this one is just to show these people, his little, two-piece there, as the saying goes. I wish I hadn't said that now, because I'm just repeating what G-Easy says. But so I'll get them two guys, defend my flag, trying to build the ticket thing, counter, whatever it's called, up on the flag, but it's not going up at the moment. I'm thinking, why the hell not? And then I didn't see them two dudes right there in front of me. Again, AK-47. There's one particularly persistent bastard in the previous round on Operation Hastings. He was quite good with the, I think it was an Uzi. But there you go, that's just some highlights from Hill 137 last night on Bad Company 2 Vietnam, just to show you people still play it, and it still, it still plays very well in my opinion. Although I think in Vietnam the M16 and the AK-47 are a bit overpowered, to be honest. But I will. I've got some footage from the Air Combat something or other beta to upload. I've got a couple of more rounds of Bad Company 2 to upload, but I need to edit them down because I can't commentate for 30 minutes, and there's a lot of pointless deaths basically. But that's about it. So I hope you have a good weekend, guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch up with you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.